now opening its doors for students. The world is now recovering from the effect of COVID-19. Majority of schools are all in the face-to-face classes. In San Basilio High School, there were few students who were on the face-to-face classes. Surveys show only 20% of the total population school is on the face-to-face. The following are literatures that supports this research. According to World Bank and Educate of 2020, is preparing to reopen schools and the Ministry of Higher Education as issues to guidelines to limit the number of students per classrooms and dormitories. As it was mentioned by Roberts and David of 2020, adaptation of such behavior is an essential component in the battle against the pandemic. Based on research of Edmonds and McCormick and Mercurial of 2020, it was important to prepare for a safe return to campus for all within millions of students around the world. Based on the data presented by the researcher, this research aims to show how prepared and ready the student in face-to-face classes.
Conceptual framework. Input. Grade 12 student in SBHS. Process, interview questionnaire and survey. Output, a program about readiness of student in face-to-face classes in HBSS program of readiness. The diagram show the conceptual framework of research. The first is input, which is contain the respondents of grade 12 student in San Basilio High School, and the second is process, contains survey and questionnaire. And the lastly is output, a program about readiness of student in face-to-face classes in San Basilio High School program of readiness.
Statement of the problem. Generally, this research aims to evaluate the readiness of students in face-to-face classes in San Basilio High School. Specifically, it seeks to answer the following question. Number 1, how may the respondents' readiness in face-to-face be described? Number 2, what the advantage and disadvantage of face-to-face classes? Number 3, what's the effect of face-to-face classes on students?
Significance of the study. School. This research will guide the school in preparing for the face-to-face class during pandemic. Teachers. This research will guide the teacher on how to become fully ready on face-to-face class and can teach more efficiently. Student. This will help the student to become more efficient in learning. For the researchers, this will guide the researchers in preparing themselves in face-to-face class.
Method, research design. To attain the objective of this objective, the researcher will use qualitative method of research. According to Lawrence B. Moore, 1999, the qualitative approach to evaluation design as opposite to measure to be
Respondents of the study. The study will be conducted on June 2022 at San Basilio High School. It will focus readiness of senior high school students in face-to-face classes. Prior to the data gathering, the research will identify the number of respondents initially. There were 6 students coming from grade 12. There were 2 respondents from each 3 sections. Focus group discussion and semester 1 will be used. The data gathered will be presented by the frequency mean in the table form.
Instrument. To mechanize this research, this research will use semi-structured interviewer. Semi-structured interview is a meeting in which the interviewer does not strictly follow a formalized list of questions. Instead, they will ask more open-ended questions, allowing for a discussion with the interviewer rather than a straightforward question and answer format. Here's the questions we applied. How ready are you? Do you think face-to-face class is effective? Are you physically fit? Do you enjoy being in face-to-face class? And here's our permission. The researcher asked permission to the school head in school to do interview to make a research work and to create a significant study and need to access the data regarding for this reason. The researcher wants to receive your permission on behalf of our research team.